Hi folks, today I want to share with you how to answer the interview question, tell me about a mistake you made and the outcome of that mistake. This question essentially is the weakness question. Other ways this question can be asked include, what's your greatest weakness? Tell me about some critical feedback that you received. Tell me about a recent learning experience, or tell me about a time that you didn't succeed. And these are all examples of the employer asking you for your weaknesses. And if an employer asks you this question during an interview, they're most likely not concerned with what your weakness is, but are concerned with how you solve the problem. So the key is to frame your weakness in a positive light. The employer also wants to know, how self-aware are you? Did you learn from your mistake? What are your lessons learned? And how are you applying your lessons learned to the work that you're doing now? So let's face it, we all have weaknesses, so don't try to dodge this question. Also, you don't want to give an insincere response like, well, I'm just too dedicated. The interviewer is going to see right through that, and you don't want to have a response like that. So instead, think of a real weakness, a real mistake that you made, or a real piece of negative feedback that you received. Tell the interviewer briefly what happened, and then focus on the outcome, and always put a positive spin on the event. And finally, you want to show that you acknowledge the mistake and share how you've improved. So I'm going to give you an example from my own experience. A couple of months ago, I double booked myself because I was managing two separate calendars simultaneously. Unfortunately, I had two meetings scheduled at the same time, and I had to decide which one to attend. So I made the decision based on prioritizing. I chose the event that needed a quicker turnaround. I had to contact the organizer of the other event to offer my apologies, and I apologized profusely, noting that the mistake in scheduling was my own. And I offered to reschedule the appointment, and I was as flexible as I could possibly be with my time. Fortunately, I had a good relationship with the people I needed to reschedule with, and they were very understanding. My lessons learned from this are to sync calendars whenever possible. And in my case, this is not possible. So I needed to make sure that I set up both calendars in advance so that this doesn't happen again. So every Sunday now I devote about an hour to setting up my appointments for the upcoming week. And so far, so good. So note that I briefly shared a real situation that happened to me, and I explained how I fixed the problem. Most importantly, I shared the outcome of the lessons learned.